Whenever you have a resource at hand, there are different ways you can approach it. Take the universe for example. You could either go the astrophysics route and study the physical properties of celestial bodies, or you could go the cosmology route, which covers the nature of the universe as a whole. The interesting part is that both are related. You could do something similar with big data and choose to study data science or get into data analytics, or maybe even both. But how do you choose what's right for you? Before we dive into that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. My name is Ritika and this is Data Science versus Data Analytics Explained. Let's get down to the basics. Data science is a multidisciplinary field of raw, unstructured data, where it comes from, what it represents, and the ways by which it can be transformed into valuable inputs and resources to create business and IT strategies. In contrast, data analytics focuses on processing and performing statistical analysis on existing datasets. Simply put, data science is focused on finding the right question to ask, while data analytics finds the answer to that question. Data science uses statistical methods, computer science, machine learning, and mathematics to pass through big data to estimate the unknown by asking questions, writing algorithms, and building models. Data analytics also makes use of statistics, but in a much broader sense, which help combine diverse sources of data and locate meaningful insights while simplifying the results. So in this sense, data analytics doesn't necessarily require an in-depth knowledge of the subject, but it can be supplemented by learning the tools needed to analyze data like Tableau and Power BI. So when you're searching for jobs, here are some useful pointers to make your hunt easier. Data scientists are required to have heavy programming and coding abilities, knowledge of machine learning, and software development. This is needed since data scientists need to be able to design and build data models and algorithms. Data analysts, on the other hand, should have data mining, R or SAS, SQL, statistical analysis, database management and reporting, to name a few, as part of their skill set. Data science are usually found working in machine learning, AI, and corporate industries trying to establish solutions to problems that haven't been thought of yet. Data analysts usually work in sectors like healthcare, gaming, travel, and such industries with immediate data needs. Data analysts and data scientists have job titles that are deceptively similar given the many differences in role responsibilities, educational requirements, and career trajectory. The two fields are fundamentally two sides of the same coin. While understanding the two disciplines of big data, it's imperative that we perceive it not as data science versus data analytics, but as parts of a whole that are vital to the understanding not just the information that we have, but how to better analyze it and review it. I'm sure by now whatever was fogging up your brain is long gone, and there's a newfound interest in some or all of these topics. But now what? Well, for starters, we have a bunch of tutorials on machine learning, data science, artificial intelligence, and so much more. So go check that out on our channel page. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos and hit the bell icon to get a notification when we upload new content. If you like this video, click on the thumbs up icon, share it with someone who you think might like it, and comment down below what you'd like to see next. Remember, the only learning that matters is great learning.
Data scientist, data analyst. They kinda sound the same, right? Well, one guy takes home a paycheck more than double the other. Stick around to know who that is and why they take home the big bucks. Let's take an analogy to understand this. It's not a perfect one, but it should help. Consider a Formula 1 racing team. Now, there are some factors that are well known to affect how a car performs during a race, and these need to be monitored and relayed to the driver and the team chief. Things like the tire wear, tire pressure, fuel usage, and so on. Analysis is done on these factors to measure and tweak the current performance of the car. Now, this is similar to what a data analyst does, because a data analyst must understand the data that the company decides is important and analyze it, cleanse it, and then provide a visual representation of the data to business decision makers. Now, going back to the Formula 1 analogy, there are also factors beyond these well-known ones like tire pressure or fuel usage that can also affect the performance of the car, right? A huge amount of data is picked up by the sensors in a Formula 1 car. There is also a lot more data that is currently not being monitored since its influence is unknown. We don't know what it does. Now, imagine if someone was able to decide which of the data that is currently not being measured was actually important and significantly affected the performance of the car. Now imagine further that they could then go ahead and create a model that reliably explains and shows how this data could help predict the performance of the car. Now this is kind of what a data scientist is expected to do, because a data scientist is largely looking at data that isn't currently well understood by his or her company. He or she has to figure out what data is important. So they acquire that data, they clean it, they extrapolate from it and find missing values. They then formulate a theory or a hypothesis and test it using maths, statistics and predictive modeling. Once they verify their results, data scientists then communicate them to business stakeholders and work with them to translate these results into business action items. So, to put it simply, a data scientist, for the lack of a better term, is a rock star. He or she has a strong business understanding, strong math and stats skills, strong computer science and machine learning skills, and strong communication and storytelling skills. Now, realistically, hardly anyone is equally strong on all these fronts, but these are the ideal characteristics. So to summarize some of the key differences, data scientists must have business knowledge and good communication skills. Data analysts need not. So ask yourself if you are interested in the business side of things or not, and if you are extroverted. Data scientists are experts in machine learning and building statistical models. Data analysts do not need these skills. So do you have or want to build the skill sets needed?